right, y'all. I'm back. It's your girl, Inspired by Z. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody had a great week. Y'all, this week for me has been busy and crazy at the same time. We ain't even gonna get into it. But I hope everybody had a great week. And today I am trying. Have anybody had a pizza from Subway? They got small pizzas. Can y'all see that? The box lid. Y'all see that? It's supposed to be pepperoni with bell pepper, I said very few onions, and black olives. I wish they had mushrooms and stuff like that. But this is it. I'm trying it. And we're gonna see how that is. But I got a subject for y'all today, a topic that we can get into. But the picture look way better than what the pizza look like right now. But I'm gonna eat it. Because I ain't finna waste no money. Lord, before we get into the topic, of course, we're gonna pray and we're gonna get it in. And I'm not gonna hold y'all long because you know how we do. We got stuff to do, and I definitely have stuff to do. I haven't even finished putting up the rest of my groceries and stuff. But I put up all the cold stuff. But anywho, Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive. Let it nourish our body in Jesus' name. Amen. We finna see how this tastes. Let me bring it back a little bit so y'all can see it better. If it don't fall off the thing, get my napkins. We gonna see. But I did not know they had pizza like that, y'all. Cause she had to get the crust out the back. Is it done? It's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's not no, I mean, it'll do. And this video is not sponsored by nobody. I mean, it's okay. It was, I think she said $5.99 for just one topping. And $6.99. No, $5.99 for cheese. And then $6.99 for the pepperoni and free vegetables. Which it's not too bad. But like I said, it's okay. I'll get it again. But I won't eat it too often. Because I think when I looked, the calories was like at 900 some calories. So I would have ate my salad with it, but I didn't feel like it. But y'all see the topic. We finna get into it. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all all day. We got stuff to do. I'll probably eat half. First meal of the day. But the way the cost going up for stuff, y'all. Once I just got from the store. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags left of the stuff that wasn't cold, and I had 6 bags total. I had 2 bags of cold stuff and then 4 bags of stuff that I'm just waiting to put up. I said I need about 4 extra jobs. The cost of food is ridiculous. I seen that double pack of eggs for $15 and something. I said I'm good with eggs right now, y'all. I can't buy another pack of eggs. But anywho, This is reason why I chose this topic. I said because the way stuff going up, you know, to help you all get into a better budgeting system. And that's why I said I picked this topic. Living below your means will help a lot. I started doing that years and years ago. Living below my means. I got rid of I got rid of things that was taking extra money out my pocket, basically. And started living below my means. So when a rainy day hit, as they say, you know, you should be still all right. You won't have to worry and stress out. Like unnecessary bills, meaning I got rid of my cable bill. I got rid of my home phone. Stuff like that. Stuff that I'm like, because I had caller ID. I had caller ID. I had the whole 9 yards on that home phone, that landline. And guess what? When people call, they call my cell phone. So I'm like, this is a waste of money. And I was paying back then. And I haven't had a home phone in years. Probably like in 2004. I got rid of it. But just to cut that out, it helped. It helped a lot. That monthly bill. Then cable. That cable bill crazy. Got rid of that. And people say they need, I understand the guys, y'all want y'all sports channel and all of that. The ESPN 1, ESPN 2, I had all the ESPN 1, ESPN 2. Then the sports, y'all know that the overseas sports, the soccer, international sports, whatever it was channel, where you can see the soccer overseas and all that stuff. I had all of that. $200 some. And I'm like, why? Every month I'm giving these folks basically. Because I only really watched, well, I love my boxing. And I like certain football teams and certain basketball teams at that time. So ESPN was good. But I only watched like maybe 5 or 6 channels. Out of all those stations, because you got 500 and something with this, channel 727 with this, and that was just too much. For $200 and something a month for a cable bill, $100 and something for the phone. And I had to think, I had to reevaluate some things, even though back then times wasn't like this. But I was like, I got to reevaluate some things. What's a need versus a want. I need my power. I need electricity. I need a roof over my head. I need water. I got a bathe. That's how I had to think about it. Ooh, my air freshener scared me. That's how I had to think about it. Now it's getting stiff, y'all. Like it's getting cold. I mean, it's warm, but it ain't hot like it was when I first got on here. But, I had to learn to live below my means back then to get in the habit, because anything can happen. Anything. You can lose your job and be looking crazy. Or you going through a divorce and you depend on another income, and then that income gone. That extra income that you had with your wife or your husband is gone. Anything can happen. Life can happen to us. So this is, like I said, living below your means will help you budget. It really would. Well, it really will. You should, like I said, just evaluate the what you need versus what you want. And I said, now I deal with the antenna. Because now with the digital, what you call them, smart TVs, they have to send a digital, I'm not sure, digital signal for these TVs, especially if you got antenna. So I get about maybe 56 to 60 some stations. And again, I only watch about 6. If I watch TV, if I have time to actually sit down and watch TV, there's probably about 6 channels I actually watch. And it's free. And my antenna to my TV costs about $9-10. That's it. And I just connect it, put it close to the a window, and I'm good. And like I said, I got about 50 to 60 some stations. If that, close to that or close to it. It's a lot of stations on there. But like I said, it's cheaper because if you get basic cable, it's still gonna bring you about $100 and some for basic. Or even with antenna TV or whatever you got, it's still a cost every month that you really don't need. I mean, some people, like I said, some people gotta have it. But I'm just saying, sometimes we have to cut back on things, especially when prices skyrocketing, especially with cars and trying to get a home right now. Whew. Watch the rates though. When you see the interest rates going down, hop on it. Hop on it. Excuse me. Or refi if you see the interest rate going down. Refinance your house. Jump on them low rates. But a lot of times when they say have the low rates, especially trying to buy a house, the low rate means the prices of the house is going to be a little bit higher. But excuse me. But just think. You can refinance your house. I think I did mine after 2 years, 3 years. Well, I refinanced mine to get once the rates went down. I mean, once the everything went back down, I got a lower rate. Even with the rates high, the price of the home is gonna be low. But anyway, that's another thing. But I'm just saying, just think about your spending. Think about your spending habits. Think about the things that you have to have. The need that you need groceries, you gotta eat. But do we really need to go out to eat every day? I had to get out that habit too. I'm cooking more now than I ever did. These past few years, I've been cooking more. Because when I was out there in the workforce, outside my home, when I came home, especially with my son, everything was about gone. So it was rare I had to take a lunch. So every single day I was buying breakfast in the morning and lunch. And I thought about it. I said I was spending about $8 for breakfast, the combo I had to get, and then sometimes I had the bacon, the grits, that kind of platter, that type of platter. And that was about $10 with the orange juice. So I'm like, spending $10, say $10 in the morning, and then for lunch, that can be expensive. Because the area I worked in, the restaurants they had over there, so it was kind of high. So I spent about $15 for lunch. So that's $25 a day when I was eating out every day. Plus gas, going back and forth, going 30 minutes out and then 30 minutes back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, especially your job is too far out. Try to get a job closer or try to get a job working remotely. Now they got more remote jobs out there than anything. Now I said living below your means, trying to find, my idea of it is like trying to find a way to be smarter with your money. Once you cut out, like I said, you just have to distinguish what is the need versus what is the want. Do I need this? Do I really need to go out to eat? And the way I did it, when I felt like I was spending too much money, I was like, okay. When I first started, trying to cut back and do that, I said, I can just eat out at the end of the month. Since I want to eat out. So I tried that. Went to the store, prepared my lunch and stuff. it worked a little bit. It worked for a while. Now I'm like, who? Then, but I got tired of the same old, same old. So I said, this ain't gonna get. So I end up back in my bad habit of spending more money. But it helps. Just get you a plan, like I said, or eating out just on Fridays, even though you still might be eating out, but it's only 4 times a week. I mean, not 4 times a week, 4 times a month. Y'all know what I mean. It's only 4 times a month. So instead of eating, it's a start. Something is better than nothing. It's a start. Instead of eating every day at work, take your lunch, and on Friday, plan your meal out. Plan your meals. And then Friday, well, hey, I got a taste for this. I can get it because I budgeted the whole, week to spend on this. Because what we do, we go to the grocery store and then we still eat out. I just went to the grocery store and I got something to eat because I didn't feel like cooking. But like I said, I kept it low. $6. Because I had something to hit my drink. I didn't, because that would have been $2 more. I got my tea, my hibiscus tea. So I'm still saving. Because she said, you want something to drink or anything? No, ma'am, I'm good. But, like I said, I knew I wasn't going to eat all of it. It's okay, y'all. But I think because it's getting cold. Yeah. It's I'm gonna have to put that in my air fryer and crisp it back up. But and then with living below your means, excuse me, think about your salary. And people always look at, well, I'm making this, this amount a year. People can make $100,000 a year and still be broke in debt. So don't look at it as a salary. Somebody that's only making, say, $40,000 a year, they got more money in their pocket than that person, and they're not in debt. You don't have to have that fancy car, that luxury car that cost you $100,000. You can a Honda do or do you just fine. That whatever that say a $25,000 car or do you just fine. It'll do the same thing that $100,000 car would do. You know what I'm saying? You have to just think about it. You making $100,000 a year and you got $100,000 car. Then you want this fancy house. You got this mansion. So your bills high. You in debt. Like I said, don't look at somebody's salary. Because a lot of people got a high salary and got bad spending habits. Versus somebody who only make, say, like I said, $40,000 a year. They on a budget. And the best thing that you can do is invest. Set some money aside and invest. And a lot of times what messes us up a lot, we want to be flashy. We making the money, so we want to show that we making money. So we want to buy the fancy cars, the fancy house, have on the fancy clothes, the name brand clothes and all that. Walmart got the same $100 plain t-shirt like this that might cost $100 because of a name brand. It can cost you can get four shirts from Walmart. And it'll do you just fine. I mean, but if that's your taste to each his own. I'm just saying, but a lot of times, and then we come up, okay, I gotta save money. I gotta do something to save money. I'm spending too much. And then we got all this debt behind us. Think of ways that you can cut back on some things. Do you have to have that $500 purse? That used to be me back in the day. When I worked for this company, I was making good money back then, but life humbled me when they let me go. I was like, what in the world I'm going to do now? Like I said, stuff can happen. I haven't found a job that paid me close to what I was making back then. I got laid off in 2009, the same year my son was born. And I have not found a job that I'm making close to that. I had to learn quickly how to budget, because I'm like, oh my goodness. The house I was in, I said, I'd rather pay an apartment. I got out my house. I said, I can't do this. Spending all these bills, paying all these bills, high bills. I can go to the apartment. Won't have to worry about the upkeep on this, the upkeep on that, and blah, blah, blah. I downsized to save money, because I'm not finna spend all this money a month, and I don't have no job right now, and I'm out of work. It don't make sense. The money I was making, I'm not making it anymore. So I had to, like I said, I got humbled quickly. Life humbled me quickly. I can't buy those purses like I was buying. I did a yard sale to get some money in. I saved. I got me an apartment. The amount I was spending on that apartment, I could have paid 2 of my house notes. And those apartments was high. So that's why I said I had to think. I had like, do I really want to pay all this money? Because I had more bills with my home versus that apartment. Because I ain't have to worry about I had a gas bill. I had an electric bill. I had the insurance. I had all of that. I had to think about it. No. Even though I did save. Thank God I did save. Like I said, I'm always been, let me save for a rainy day type person. I always been like that. Because you never know. Anything can happen. And I got laid off twice after that. Because of the economy. So that's why I'm glad that happened back in 2009. So I can learn to live below my means. And it helped a lot. I could budget better. I could save money better. Especially when situations like that came back up. I had to think quick on my feet. That's why I said back in 2004, I'm glad I, had some of that stuff already out, like my cable bill and my phone. I already took that. So that money that I had, I put it away. I said, I can put this to something else. The money I was spending, and that's what you could do. Or if after you pay your car off, set that money aside. You can do that. Just simple little things can make a big difference. Like I said, just look at your budget. Think about the stuff you need versus the stuff you want. And then and one more good tip that I need to tell you. Do not forget yourself. Pay yourself too. Pay yourself first and then the bills. If it's just $100 out the way, out of there, or $50 when you get paid, just for you to feel like, okay, I can still do something for myself. So you won't be thinking, well, I got to put all my money away. Set aside $50 each paycheck just for you, and then the rest of your bills will be for the rest of your money will be for your bills, the necessities. And then if you have some money left on that, invest it. Do something that will grow your money. Passive income. Don't let that your 9 to 5 be your only source of income. And that's another tip for you. So you can have something to fall back on just in case something do happen. You got something to fall back on. Even if you got a part-time job, ask your part-time position, can I get a few more hours? Anything. Whatever your situation is, do what's best for you for one. Like I said, to each his own. But I know after I got laid off, it humbled me very much. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, this job, I've been here 10 years. I was 2 months shy of my 10-year anniversary. Due for a raise. That's why I was thinking that they laid me off. Because of the money I was already doing good. They didn't want to pay me no more. They're like, we got to get rid of her. She's making too much money. That's my opinion of it. But anyway, but it really did humble me. And that's when I said, now I need to think about the real deal. Yes, I had a nice house, but paying all that money for it, and I'm not making that same amount of money. Like I said, anything can happen. So that's why I said, let me get an apartment. And like I said, the apartment but the apartment that I had, I could have paid, it took two of my, I had to go with my mortgage twice I had to pay my rent twice to make my mortgage payment. That was 2 months of rent compared to my 1 month of mortgage. So I'm saving there. That money, I'm like, what do I do with this money? I don't have to dish it out for my mortgage no more. I was like, oh my goodness. That helped. So I said, let me put this aside. Put it in a savings. Do something that will earn you interest. Just set it aside. I'm like, now I'm not paying this money out for no mortgage. That helped me a lot. And then my insurance went down. I didn't have to have, so I went from homeowner insurance to renter's insurance. That was $1,000 and something for the whole year. It was $1,000 something for 6 months or whatever it was. I forgot back then. Versus the renter's insurance was just $25 a month. So I'm like, I'm saving a whole lot. Really just revamp how you're spending, and living below your means will help you a lot when it comes to saving. Put it aside. Like I said, or you paid your car off, the money you was making for the monthly payments. Not making, but the money you was spending out for the monthly payments, set it aside, invest it. So that money can earn you some interest. My philosophy is I always told myself, and I always said it when I was younger, I want to be that type of person that make money in their sleep. I want passive income. Well, I don't have to be physically working and I'm still getting paid. That's how everybody should think. Now I said, do things to still bring you money in. I'm an author. Somebody buy my book. I write one book. Somebody buy that book. Say 10 people bought my book. That money coming in, I only wrote a book one time that year. Think of stuff like that. Do something that can keep bringing you money in, just in case. Anything can happen. Now I said, live below your means, but at the same time, too, get your hustle on to help bring in more money for you. Instead of making somebody else rich, have more than one source of income coming in. I always did that. I always hustled. If it was something, hustled in a legal way of hustling. By, I did hair. On the side as a hobby when I felt like doing it. It wasn't no job. If I didn't feel like doing it, I didn't do it. I took probably somebody hair appointment. Probably not much. About 6 times a year. If I wanted that, and I was still working my job, still doing stuff, still trying to figure out, okay, do I need to get a part-time job? Do I need to do? I was doing something to keep myself busy and keep money coming in, still building up some money. Like I said, do your investing, cut back on things that you don't need. That will help a lot. Stop spending out on all this clothes, shoes, jewelry. Do we need all of that? And a lot of these billionaires that we see, you won't even know they're billionaires. They got on a regular white tee, some jeans, and some New Balances, and driving a Honda. I'm going to tell you this story real quick. Before I go, I was working for a hotel back in 2000. I know I graduated college. So this was back in 2000 and I want to say, 99. I graduated college in 99. So this had to be about 98 when it happened. Because I was working at a hotel around that time. From 98 to 99. So the owner came in of the hotel. I didn't know he was the owner. I about to check him in. How you doing, sir? And all that. They're like, that's the owner. And I'm like, that man right there, he's the owner. Because he came in he just looked like a normal, I won't say, well, he is a normal person, but I'm just saying just jeans and a t-shirt, tennis shoes, and he was just walking around. He's like, no, I'm good. And then they're like, that's the owner. I'm like, oh. I'm like, he's the owner? He did not look like he owned. The man didn't look like he had $2 in his pocket, matter of fact. Then they said, look outside when he go to the back to see, look at his car. And I looked outside, I'm like, ooh, he had a new Benz. So I'm like, okay. They said, yeah, he owned about 4 different hotels. He owned them. That's the owner right there. And I said, here we are. I jazzed up my uniform. Put my jewelry on, put my neck, looking cute in my uniform. So I'm like, and that's the owner, had my hair done. And I'm like, and he looked like he didn't have $2 in his pocket. And made way more than everybody in that building. So that's why I was like, don't judge a book by its cover. Cause just because somebody flashy and driving all these, fancy cars, and that don't mean nothing. Sometimes it don't mean anything. Cause not saying everybody, but some people, they just flashy. The bigger the stuff, the better. And it don't have to be like that all the time. And like I said, with that billionaire, a lot of billionaires that you see on TV, like I said, they just got on a plane, and most of them probably shop at Walmart to get their clothes and get their shoes. Shop at Wally World and get their stuff. But we have to learn to downsize on some things in our home so we can, live. We want to be financially free. And that's my goal, to become financially free. I don't want to have to worry about bills. I don't want to have to worry about anything. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. That's my dream. I'm speaking it to existence, y'all. But shoot, I'm struggling myself. Because I didn't even want to spend that much for this pizza, y'all. But anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.